Alright, excuse me. So, today we're going to work on the hands for our model. And I took some real quick snapshots of my own hand. So you can see pretty much the front and the side views here. And the top and bottom. So what I'm going to do is, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to, when you're drawing your own stuff, you can simply line it up when you draw it. But when you're doing photo reference, you should line it up, after you take the photo reference. So what we're going to do is we're just going to hit all copy, and I'm going to paste it here. And I'm going to go this one, all copy, and then I'm going to paste it here. So then these two I don't really need anymore. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is we want to size our hands so that we see everything basically the same. So I'm going to first take this and I'm going to put the opacity down to about 50% just so I can see kind of both. And then the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to Control T, and I'm going to transform this hand so that it pretty much fits right over this one. Now with this one, it's the easiest way to do it sometimes is just line it up and kind of match it like so. Okay, so that's pretty much your base reference. Now for now it doesn't really matter if we're gonna do the front or the back here. So this looks pretty well. So this is the first one, and I'm gonna hide this layer, and then I'm gonna just, since I'm using the bottom one as my base, I'm gonna just flatten this real quick. And again, go 50% or so. And we're going to transform this so that it lines up with the tip and tip, and roughly like so. Okay. So then once you're done with that, for all intents and purposes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to crop this down so I just don't have so much space in the way. And something like so, I think. We'll take a look here. Just make sure everything kind of lines up into the screen. And then what I'm going to do is basically save these off as JPEGs. They don't need to be anything spectacular. And so I'll just save them off in here. Actually, nope. I'm going to save them off into a different location here. This one right here has got my other images. So I'm just going to save them real quick. This one is the bottom of the hand. And say OK. Do the next one. And this one is the top of the hand. Oops, I'm sorry. That one's the side. Let's just save her over. This is the side. And finally, this one is the top of the hand. Save that one. Okay, so once that's done, we're pretty much done with this. I don't need to save it. Not that big a deal. And I'm going to close that, and then I'll pause it and open Max, and we'll go. Okay, so now that we're in Max, pretty much what I want to do is I'm going to set up a new material. and I'm going to set this one up so that it's pretty much just we'll do a multi-sub object here again. Multi-sub objects, discard old material. Actually, no, you know what, I'm not going to worry about this. We'll just go standard. And I'm just going to do bitmap. And do bottom. And what we can do is simply copy this one over twice. Click here. That way I don't have to add the side. Alright, and top. Alright, so I'm just going to go top level, show. Let's just rename this one to bottom. Oops. My T's. This one is up, top level, side, and top level, and we'll call this one top. Alright, so now that I've got that all done, I'm just going to go into Max here. I'll move this off to the side. And create a box. And right now the box is created way down there, so we're just going to zoom that up. Now, as you can tell, this is way too big for my hand, so I'm not really too worried about it right now. So I'm just going to start from this. I'm going to go edit poly. I'm going to go select element, flip. Now when you flip them, if you don't have the inner sides, if you don't see the inner sides, remember, go here and turn on backface culling and basically say OK. So now we can see the inside of the box. And I'm going to just zoom up here. And let's start off first with one of these faces. Alright, and then we're going to just detach this real quick. Now the box size doesn't really matter because what we're actually doing with it, and then this one is the top of the hand. Okay, so this is going to be weird because the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take detach the top, and I'll probably detach a side. And then the editable poly itself I can just dump. So I'll have 3 separate pieces here. Now the bottom, I'm going to move this over here so you guys can see. The bottom is actually the top. So if we put that in there, what we're going to do is we're going to add our UV map on there. And we are going to actually rotate. Oops, let's see here. No, Z. And we're actually going to have to rotate this 90 degrees. Turn on your angle snaps and just, oops, go into the gizmo and rotate 90 degrees. Like so. And then I'm going to just move this a little bit over. And then we can go down and say fit. And then bitmap fit. This one is going to be top. So that one looks relatively good. And then what we're going to do is we're going to select the side here, add in our UV map, toss your side on there. Now the UV map is wrong, so just figure out which one it is. Let's just flip it like this, and let's do a bitmap fit side. Try that again. Alright, so we're just going to move. Why that's. Let's see here. Let's flip. Let's take off this flip. And let's do a, make sure it's planar. And we're going to do a fit. And let's figure this out here. Oh, that's why. Let's center. Let's fit. Let's reset this real quick here. Alright, let's fit this way. And we're just going to rotate this like this. I'm going to do a bitmap fit. And let's just flip this upside down first. And we're going to scale this like so. And it's just a matter of moving it so it lines relatively close. Alright, let's do the top one. And that's actually going to be the bottom, so you can see the palm of the hand. And pretty much add a UV on there again. We're going to rotate. Oops. Go to the gizmo, rotate the gizmo. Bitmap fit. And we'll just scale this one up a little bit too. And that's just the rough estimate of how you do this. Alright, so now that we're done with that, I'm going to create a new video and we'll go from there. So, see you in the next one.